Okay, I call this meeting to order. It is 12 p.m. Roll call.
Armin Garza present.
Escucho present.
Alda Benavides present.
And myself, Dr. Science, I do declare a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Salinas. Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Doc. Any public comments, Doc?
No public comments, Mr. Salinas.
Okay, then moving on to the approval of the minutes. Can I
So move.
have a motion and a second? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Up next, hand it over to you, Dr. Science.
Thank you, Mr. Salinas. The superintendent's report, the first item is the enrollment report. The enrollment report is as of February 2nd, 2021. On that day, we had 12,187 elementary students, 14,542 secondary students, 6,729 students, which is 761 students less than at this time last year. The second item under superintendent's report is recognition of outstanding service award for principals for the month of February. And we have Mr. Martin Munoz, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, that's going to present this award.
Madam Superintendent, Dr. Gisela Science, ladies and gentlemen of the board and distinguished guests. We would like to recognize one of the many outstanding principals that we have in our school district, Ms. Alma Perez. This month, we are recognizing Ms. Perez for maintaining open communication with her staff members and community. Ms. Perez shares a weekly communicator with staff, informing their staff or her expectations. Through clear communication, she has successfully and safely serviced over 150 students that are currently on her campus. Ms. Perez maintains high campus morale through team building activities and the incorporation of mental wellness sessions throughout the year. So, ladies and gentlemen of the board, we would like to congratulate Ms. Alma Perez. She is a principal at Clinton Elementary.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Ms. Perez.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doc. Okay, so moving on, no discussion items. Can I attain a motion for consent agenda? Actually, yeah, consent agenda, please. Okay, I have a motion
A second, I'm sorry.
and a second, Mr. Garza. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. No items under contracts.
I just want to make a comment, Mr. Salinas, on
Go ahead,
the,
Doc. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dr. Benavides.
on the consent. I just want to make a comment on number 4, the consultant services. I know the amount is $2.5 million. Just to, Dr. Science, if you all can monitor that, because since we're not in school, that this year should be a lot less than the amount that we've spent in the past. And I know in the past, it's been around that much. So just be aware of what consultants are being hired so that maybe we can save some money there.
Thank you, Dr. Benavides.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, guys, moving on to the next item, the letter C, business and finance. Item number 1, requesting authorization to donate a portable building to the city of Penitas. Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second by Dr. Benavides. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion passes. Under letter C, business and finance. Item number 2, approval of application of contractor's payment request number 22 for La Joya ISD job order contract with Performance Services Incorporated. Security gates.
Also move to approve items on the business and finance, number 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4. I have a motion for items 2, 3, and 4. Can I obtain a second?
A second.
Second by Mr. Garza. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Item number 5, under Business and Finance, letter C, approval of La Joya ISD Police Department Racial Profile Report for 2020.
So move.
I'll second.
And a second by Mr. Garza. All those in favor indicating by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Under letter C, Business and Finance, number 6, discussion, consideration, and approval of appointment to the Penitas Redevelopmental Authority Board and the Penitas Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone Board.
I recommend Andres Morales for that position.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Garza, nominating Andres Morales,
Second.
and a second by Ms. Ochoa. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Under letter D, Instruction and Student Services, public hearing of the 2019-2020 Texas Academic Performance Report, TAPR. Dr. Science, I'll be opening it up for a public hearing at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Salinas. And we have, thank you, Dr. Marta Villarreal, who's our Executive Director for Accountability and Evaluation, will lead the discussion on the TAPR report. I believe we need to go to the beginning of the presentation. Whoever's, okay, thank you.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. La Joya ISD Community and Administration. I will be presenting on the Texas Academic Performance Report for the 2019-2020 academic school year. I'm going to ask, basically here, what it reads is that due to the cancellation of the Spring 2020 State of Texas Assessment of Academic Readiness and the COVID-19 pandemic, the performance section of this year's report is not updated. The information that I will review with you today will be on the dropout, the different components under graduation, financial data, and violence and criminal incident report. We are able to share the dropout and graduation data. Therefore, can you turn to page 15 from your manual to commence the review of the district dropout information? Also, the previous slides that you had there pertain to the academic performance and STAR for the 2018-2019 academic school year, and it's there for your review. So we're going to go to slide 15 so we could go ahead and commence on the actual information that was reported in our taper. So as you can see right here, we have the dropout rates and for our district, and there was a decrease on, okay, for the exception of special ed, where it remains stagnant for dropouts. But as you can see, the decrease occurred for the most part here with the white population, and also our EL population had a 1.8% decrease. I do want to point out that in this instance, when you see a decrease, it is actually a good thing, right? So moving on to slide 16, where we're looking at the graduation rate, we do have the actual data since the percentages. Again, the data being used for the graduation is coming from the 2018-2019 academic school year, but for the purpose of the TAPR report, it is considered new data that is being reported. So as you can see, the percentages increase for the different subgroups as we compare the 4-year, the 5-year, and the 6-year graduation rate. The only difference here is with the special ed population where there's a slight decrease in the 6-year graduation rate. We're going to move on to slide 18. So on slide 18 right here, we do have the college ready graduates, and we are behind the region by 10.6% and from the state by 4.8%. However, when we look at the under the college career and military ready graduates, we are above the region and state. Number 20 here. And under this particular, under this particular slide, we are looking at the completion rate of either the 9 hours or more of dual credit, or 3 or more hours under the ELA or math. As you can see, we're way above the state and the region by 4.2%, with a 35.8% for the district in itself. As for the number of the associate's degrees, We are above both the state and the region, and you can see the percentages there, okay? Above the state by 8.2% and the region by 5.1%. With CTE coherent sequence, we are way above the state by 12.3% and below the region by 6.3%. As you can see right here, the district is significantly above the state and the region with a 54 industry-based certification as well. Okay. So here on slide 24, this is information regarding the distinction designation, which is available for all three levels, high school, middle school, and elementary. They remain the same due to the lack of testing due to COVID-19 pandemic. This is for your reference. They range from page 24 to 26. Further, slide 27, right here, it depicts the district performance academic school years, ranging from 2019 all the way to this academic school year. As far as slide 28 right here, the following slides outline the campus performance objectives for STAR by level for high school, middle school, and also elementary. And those range from slide 28 to 32. If we move to slide 33 right here and 34, we have the Texas high school graduates from 2018 or higher education by comprehensive high schools and early college high schools. So here, what I want to draw your attention to is, like, for example, at Juarez Lincoln, we had a total of 220 out of 593 students that enrolled in a university or college. And also, if we look at La Joya High School, we had a total of 316 out of 669 graduates. And if we move on to slide 34, at Palmview High School with 288 out of 542 graduates that are enrolled in a university or college. As far as slide 35 through 38, this is actually the financial data for the 2019-2020 school year that has been reviewed with you.
Thank you, Dr. Villarreal. I think that maybe her computer froze.
Going in
And Mr. Rick Villarreal, Assistant Superintendent for Operations and Student Services, is going to review the violent and criminal incidents report.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. President, distinguished board members, Dr. Science. The Texas Statute Code 39.053 requires La Joya annual on violent and criminal incidents in the district. And of course, these reports must include the rate and type of incidents, information concerning school violence, prevention, and intervention policies and procedures used by the district. And of course, the findings from the Safe and Drug-Free Schools and Communities Act survey. And so I'm pleased to announce that from the previous school year, we have significantly dropped in the assaults against someone other than a school district employee. 41 for the 2018-19 school year. Of course, the report runs every 2 years behind, but we are very pleased to announce that the 17-18, 17-19 school year compared to the 18-19 school year, there was a significant decrease on assaults, murder, capital, indecency, aggravated assaults, sexual assaults, and aggravated robbery were at 0. Again, there are my section of the report. Thank you.
Rick,
Thank
do
you,
you
Mr.
know
Villarreal.
offhand what the number was?
I believe it was 80. It was in the 80s, Dr. Benavides.
Okay,
I believe it was 82.
okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have any questions, board members?
No, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Villarreal, and thank you, Mr.
Yes.
Villarreal.
Thank you, Ms. Ochoa.
For some reason, Dr. Science, it's going in and out, so I'm hearing little bits here and there, but I got the majority of it. But is there any more questions, guys, so that I can exit from the public hearing? Any questions or comments? Going once, going twice. Okay, at this time, it is 12:19, and we're out of the hearing, so we already have motion a second. At this time, we have nothing under human resources, so at this time at 12:10, under executive, going into executive sessions under sections codes 551071, 551072, and 551074. We're at executive session, and it is 12:52. Letter H, personnel.
I also agree to approve all items under personnel as agreed in executive session.
I have a motion by Ms. Ochoa. Can I say in a second? That was you, Mr. Garza?
Yes.
And I have a second by Mr. Garza. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes. And if I can just adjourn for adjournment, a motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Garza
Second.
and a second by Dr. Benavides. You all stay safe, guys, and take care.